Hi folks, Brian Smith here. We bought a tube tester so we can test vacuum tubes on radios. I'm going to have a new hobby now, fixing tube radios, collecting them, and learning how to fix them by reading books, watching other people. But one thing you need to do, that you need if you're going to fix these old tube radios, is a tube tester. And I bought a tube tester right here to test the tubes in a tube radio. It cost me $80 on eBay. You can also test batteries with it. I bought an Emerson tube radio off of eBay, and it's on the way. It has 6 missing tubes, and it also has a missing cord. So we're planning on getting that going, and we're either going to part the Zenith out, use it for spare parts, or we might fix that in the future. Also, what I want to show you is I have spare tubes laying around here in various parts. This box, this is my parts box. We got capacitors right here, and we got a bunch of capacitors. We got a schematic, and we got a bunch of tubes in here, spare tubes, radios I've had in the past. As you can see, capacitors, tubes, more capacitors, all the stuff you need. We gotta get a solder iron stuff. The Emerson, I haven't seen it up close, but I got an idea of the tube schematic on it, of where the tubes go, and I already have some tubes I think that are gonna fit it, because I went through my tubes the other night to see if I'd have tubes that would fit the Emerson, and I got 3 tubes that will fit the Emerson. Well, there's one will be a spare because only 2 of them, but we'll keep the others. They're spare. They're all the same. But so that means if all goes well, we'll only have to buy 4 tubes for the Emerson. We got a multimeter. We're gonna buy an ohm meter with a multimeter with it. So there's our tubes. Here's a catalog where I can buy stuff, fix the old radios. We got to get a solder iron, ohm meter. We got our cappuccino machine. We're still going to do guitars, still work on our harmonies and other things. And we'll show you, do an update on the plants and what we're up to with the trees. All right, folks. Anyway, we're growing some birch trees, some seed again. All right. We're doing a willow water experiment with cuttings. We got this homemade willow water. We put it in this hot water with willow twigs from a swamp willow nearby. We let it cool down, let it sit for 24 hours. And then what we did was we took this potting mix, which is good for cuttings, perlite, and this sand, and mixed a bunch of this together, and then we put it in one of these storage containers we cleaned out, and we put drainage holes on it, and then we took some we soaked the cuttings, which are birch, aspen, and elderberry cuttings, inside of willow water for 24 hours, and we put all the cuttings in here. And we poured the rest of the willow water, let it drain real good, and we poured a little more, and we put a trash bag over it, and the moisture should just rise into the bag. So we're going to just leave it here for 3 to 4 months to see if willow water really can get them to root. Now, I know it can root some cuttings, because I saw a video on YouTube where it rooted, what was it? It rooted fruit tree cuttings. So it does work. But we'll have to wait 3-4 months, keep them in here, keep the plastic bag on it, and it should keep them moist, and see what survives, what doesn't. Also, outside we got swamp willow, Nick's swamp willow trees. And we got black locust, chestnut, and 1 white birch. All right, folks, there you go. There's all the trees, tube radios, and updates.